We are in the business end of the season and the fixtures are coming thick and fast. Manchester City and Arsenal are going for the title. West Ham are trying to save themselves from the relegation spot. Nottingham Forest are fighting hard to stay away from the relegation spot, and Spurs are surely going to get relegated because they are right now the worst team in the Premier League. I think Wolves should be given their spot and Spurs should be deposited straight to the championship, but that cannot happen because Wolves had a terrible start to the season. But anyway, we will be discussing about every single game this mid game week, and we are going to predict all the scores. So let's start. And first of all, I want to criticize this fact that Tuesday games, look at every single Tuesday game, all are dead rubbers. Nobody cares about Everton versus Burnley. Burnley are relegated, Everton are going nowhere, they are mid table. No, actually, Everton are again. I have very much underestimated Everton again, and they are proving me wrong time and time again. I'm predicting them to lose, and they are winning. They keep winning. They keep winning, and they are actually going for European spots. But still, I don't care about Everton versus Burnley. But Bournemouth versus Brentford. Bournemouth versus Brentford can be a entertaining game actually, and Bournemouth are good at home this season. They have picked up form as well. They are playing better. They had a huge dip in the middle of the season, but now they are back up, and Brentford coming at home. This could be an entertaining game, but let's be honest, if a big club is not playing, so it does not gather eyeballs as much as it should. Leeds versus Sunderland, again Leeds, I think they are nearly safe. They need 5, 6, 7 more points in the next 9 game weeks, so they are pretty much safe for me. But again, this is also a good fiction, but Leeds at home, I'm expecting to see them win this game. Wolves versus Liverpool is another game where obviously Liverpool, it is crucial for Liverpool to win, but Wolves have been doing really well. They drew against Arsenal. They have been collecting points since ever since people told that they will be lower than Derby County and they'll just be the worst team in the Premier League. They have actually risen up and shown that they have character. They have some self-respect. They are going to get relegated, but they are for sure giving their fans some joyful moments before they leave the Premier League, and they are just cherishing the time they still have left in the Premier League because you never know when you will come back. So Wolves are doing well, but yeah, I am not really excited about the Tuesday fixtures. And if you look at Wednesday fixture, my point being, look at these fixtures: Brighton versus Arsenal, a title changing fixture; Manchester City versus Nottingham Forest at the same time, a title changing fixture; Aston Villa versus Chelsea, another fixture where you will decide the European spots, a 6 pointer; Newcastle versus United, Newcastle away. It is again a very interesting game to watch. So four crucial matches in one day, and Tuesday has absolute dead rubber. So that is why I'm not really impressed by the fixture list, and I have had these problems, these issues throughout the season with the scheduling, and I am sure that they could have done better, but they chose not to. Anyway, we'll simply go to predicting every single score now. Everton versus Burnley. Everton are a good side, and Burnley have been like they do 4-4 against Brentford, so they have been surprising everybody. But I still feel like Everton are one of those sides where Burnley can draw to Brentford, they can draw to Chelsea, but when they come to Everton, Dewsbury Hall scoring a goal. I can see a 2-1 here. Bournemouth versus Brentford. Brentford going away from home, they need we I might have predicted a bit of a dip. They would be very disappointed being 3-0 up against Burnley and then drawing that game, so they would be looking for a win, but I don't think this they might win against Bournemouth. I think this could be a 2-2 draw. Leeds versus Sunderland. To be honest, like such disinterest for me for these fixtures, but okay. Leeds, I expect them to win. This should be also 2-1. Wolves versus Liverpool. Liverpool, if they have any self-respect, they will have to win this game if they have chances of qualifying for the Champions League spots. Chelsea have been doing pretty badly, but again, dropping points is never ideal. So dropping points away at Wolves would really cost Liverpool in the race for the top four, and I think Liverpool will win this. It's under the lights and it's on TV, so some people might say that AKTK would not perform. But I think the way he performed in the last game, I think he will bag another goal, maybe a goal for Mo Salah, who knows. It could be a 3-1 as well. Brighton vs Arsenal, another very crucial game for Arsenal, and away from home. Arsenal do not have too many away games left, but this one they will have to emphasize that they will have to win this one. They cannot afford to draw or even lose. So obviously, playing at the same time as Manchester City, it is going to be a kind of fixture where they will also keep an eye on what Manchester City are doing. So more so chances of dropping points here, but I don't think Arsenal will. They will be defensively solid, and I think they sort of have two goals in them. If Odegaard is back, I'm pretty confident for this one. So this could be a 2-0 win. Although Brighton have been really doing well, but they are also pretty much mid-table, and they have been having they are like close to Crystal Palace in the table. So it's not like they have been having a wonderful season, but obviously no one in the Premier League this season is a pushover except Tottenham Hotspur. Fulham versus sorry, Manchester City versus Nottingham Forest. I think they should be straightforward. Although Nottingham Forest are fighting for their life, so they will give them a good fight. I do not expect this to be a smooth sailing match for Manchester City, but I think this should be 3-1. Nico O'Reilly might be injured, he might not feature in this game, so that was working very well for Manchester City. Will Foden play in the midweek, and he often in title runs he can absolutely light it up in the end of the season. He can become absolute clutch, so he might feature. Will Cherky play? What will happen? And Nottingham Forest actually have done relatively well for against Manchester City. They could have drawn the fixture at home when they played Manchester City. So those questions still stay, but I think Manchester City will see this game through. Fulham versus West Ham. Fulham are a side, they obviously smashed Tottenham Hotspur, but who doesn't? So I'm not really taking that into note. I am find a little bit of weaknesses in Fulham's game. They can throw away games, and I think the West Ham train has been going in the right direction, but they have not been able to get the right results consistently enough. So I feel like this would be the game that would reward their patience. They might win this one 2-1. Aston Villa versus Chelsea. Aston Villa are in terrible form. I think Chelsea can win this one. Although anything. To be honest, Aston Villa at home, they will not let the game go. This could be a 2-2. This would be my fixture of the game week, because this has chances of being a basketball match toe to toe. Technical qualities of midfield pretty high, and the physicality of Morgan Rogers versus Caicedo, and everything else surrounded by it. Watkins versus Joao Pedro. Obviously, that is not a one-on-one battle. It is who scores more goals, etc. And I feel like Chelsea would be very disappointed with the loss against Arsenal, the way they are just giving away red cards, so that they will have to work on. But yeah, this is neither or nor their entertaining game, but nobody wins it in the end. Newcastle versus United. United have been in absolutely not terrible, terrific form, but Newcastle at home, I have memories of United not doing really well here, so I am actually going to go for a Newcastle win. And obviously, that guy with long hair, he is never going to get a haircut, if you ask me, because I don't think United are a team that is going to win five fixtures in a row. They feel like they have turned a corner. They are really good now, but maybe it is just because you have more time than everyone else, and everyone is playing twice every week, and you are playing once every week. So that could also be a reason. But Newcastle vs United, I feel like Newcastle can shock the world, and they can win this game 2-1. Now coming to Spurs versus Crystal Palace, and look at Tottenham Hotspur. No fixture, you look at any fixture, and it does not look good on paper for them. It looks like they cannot win this one as well. I feel like this would also be 1-1. Alarm bells ringing, and if West Ham actually win, if these results happen, which obviously happen all the time because I am a genius predictor, all my predictions are just I'm telling you the future. So this is going to happen, and Tottenham Hotspur would be 2 points away from relegation. So they would be sort of like one loss away. If West Ham win another game and they lose, they might get relegated, and it is a real possibility. And the kind of performances they have been giving, that can be a real possibility. So, as an Arsenal fan, I don't mind it. I don't mind seeing Tottenham Hotspur in the Championship and them just fighting for relegation and fighting for, after being in the big six and pretending to be a big club for so long, they will actually go back to their levels and sing champions in Europe against Portsmouth away. So that is all about this Premier League game week. That is my predictions, and I hope all this happen, because if this happens, Arsenal will stay top of the league, Spurs will get this close to relegation, Manchester United will get a reality check, Aston Villa and Chelsea will go nowhere, and we'll have a good Premier League season. So that is all for today. I'll see you after the fixtures, reacting to all of these fixtures going the way I want them to. So bye.